Welcome students, myself S.C. Kunde from Gokhale Education Society's JDC Bitco English Medium High School, Nasik Road. In the previous video, I have completed lenses, types of lenses, then optical center of a lens and the image formed by convex lens. Next topic is images formed by concave lenses. For that, we can obtain the images by concave lenses using the following rules. First is when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, the refracted ray, when extended backwards, passes through the focus. And the second is when the incident ray passes through the focus, the refracted ray is parallel to the principal axis. As shown in the diagram, object PQ is placed between f1 and 2f1 in front of a concave lens. The incident ray PA starting from point P and going parallel to the principal axis goes along AD after refraction. If AD is extended backward, it appears to come from F1. The incident ray PO starting from P and passing through O goes along the same direction after refraction. PO intersects the extended ray AF1 at P slash. That is, P slash is the image of P. As the point Q is on the principal axis, its image is formed along the axis at the point Q slash, directly below P slash. Thus, P slash and Q slash is the image of PQ. The image formed by a concave lens is always virtual, erect and smaller than the object. Next is the sign conventions. Now observe this diagram and see this. According to the Cartesian sign convention, the optical center O is taken to be the origin. The principal axis is the x-axis of the frame of reference. The sign convention are: first one is that the object is always placed on the left of the lens. All distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from the optical center O. The distance measured to the right of O are taken to be positive, while those measured to the left are taken to be negative, like number line. Distances perpendicular to the principal axis and above it are taken to be positive, and the distances perpendicular to the principal axis and below it are taken to be negative. The focal length of a convex lens is positive, while that of the concave lens is negative. Next is the lens formula. The formula showing the relation between distance of the object U, the distance of the image V, and the focal length F is called the lens formula. And the lens formula is 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equals to 1 upon F. Next is magnification. The magnification due to a lens is the ratio of the height of the image H2 to the height of the object H1. Therefore, magnification is equals to height of the image divided by height of the object. That is, M is equals to h2 upon h1. The magnification due to a lens is also related to the distance of the object u and the image v from the lens. Therefore, the magnification is equals to distance of the image divided by distance of the object. That is, m is equals to v divided by u. Next is power of a lens. The capacity of a lens to converge or diverge incident rays is called its power P. The power of a lens depends on its focal length. Power is the inverse of its focal length f is expressed in meter. The unit of the power of a lens is diopter d. Therefore, P is equals to 1 upon f. 1 diopter is equals to 1 upon 1 meter. Combination of lenses. If two lenses with focal length f1 and f2 are kept in contact with each other, the combination has an effective focal length which is given by 1 upon f is equals to 1 upon f1 plus 1 upon f2. If the powers of the two lenses are P1 and P2, then the effective power of their combination is P is equals to P1 plus P2. Thus, when two lenses are kept touching each other, the power of the combined lens is equal to the sum of their individual powers. Next topic is human eye and working of its lens. There is a very thin transparent cover or membrane on the human eye. This is called cornea. Light enters eye through this cornea. Maximum amount of incident light is refracted inside the eye at the outer surface of the cornea. There is a dark fleshy screen behind the cornea and this is called iris. The color of the iris is different for different people. That means you may observe blue eyes, then brown eyes, like that way the colors are different. There is a small hole of changing diameter at the center of the iris, which is called the pupil. Pupil controls the amount of light entering the eye. If the light falling on the eye is too bright, pupil contracts, while if the light is dim, it widens. On the surface of the iris, there is a bulge of transparent layers. This layer, there is a double convex transparent crystalline lens just behind the pupil. The lens provides small adjustment of the focal length to focus the image. This lens creates real and inverted image of an object on the screen inside the eye. This screen is made of light sensitive cells and is called retina. These cells get excited when light falls on them and generate electric signals. These signals are conveyed to the brain through optic nerve. Later, the brain analyzes these signals and convert them in such a way that we perceive the object as they actually are. While seeing object at large infinite distance, the lens of the eye becomes flat and its focal length increases as shown in the part 1 of the diagram. While seeing nearby object, the lens becomes more rounded and its focal length decreases as shown in the part B, second diagram. This way we can see object clearly irrespective of their distance. The capacity of the lens to change its focal length as per need is called its power of accommodation. Although the elastic lens can change its focal length to increase or decrease, it cannot do so beyond a limit. The minimum distance of an object from a normal eye at which it is clearly visible without stress on the eye is called as minimum distance of distinct vision. The position of the object at this distance is called the near point of the eye. For a normal human eye, the near point is at 25 cm. The farthest distance of an object from a human eye at which it is clearly visible without stress on the eye is called farthest distance of distinct vision. The position of the object at this distance is called the far point of the eye. For a normal human eye, the far point is at infinity.